Well guys, get ready for a lot of coping and seething, because as the title suggests, the right's on the rise in Europe, and naturally every media tosspot, left-wing fart sniffer and socialist scumbag online has collectively shit the bed, like someone fed them laxatives or something.
I think I just shat myself.
Now, this unhinged screaming comes at the same time as Tory wets are desperately trying to save their far-left degenerate party from electoral annihilation, such as Sophie Ear, whose Labour will be worse than us, is gone down like Nigel Farage bringing in pan shop Rod Stewart did.
Pandemic.
Anyway, as I was saying, the right-leaning parties got election landslides across Europe, sending various scumbags into shitfits, including Macron, whose party lost so badly at the EU elections to Le Pen he's now called the national election because of it. This has actually happened in a few places, such as Belgium, where he apparently cried, but in Germany the lefty scumbags also got their asses kicked by the AfD. Now, it's gotta be said that Macron calling an election and others resigning over this is a bit strange in my book, since they don't often give up power easily, but maybe they know something's coming that we don't. It certainly all seems a little bit suspect to me, I've gotta say, and maybe even more so when I know EU elections are utterly pointless, as the people who run the EU are not elected, they're selected. But regardless of that, this is pissing off all the right tosspots in my book, so I am fucking loving it. The same is actually true for the growth of reform, because while I don't trust them or their leaders, I do enjoy watching them upset the apple cart, as the unhinged screaming online shows us they're clearly doing. Plus, let's be honest here, the Tories need electoral obliteration to clear out the traitorous scumbags within, or die out completely for all I care. But funniest of all about this has to be the Remainers, who find themselves between a rock and a hard place, because remember, they love the EU, don't they? But now they have to admit that the EU is, in their own words, a far-right loving bunch of fascists.
Now that is irony!
Yeah, you couldn't make it up, because the Ramonas now want to join something run by the far right that they claim to hate. Obviously, all of this is pure comedy gold to me, as are the socialists screaming online about the far right, because things never go their way, I guess. But I expect the cope and seethe coming from these clowns will only continue, so you might want to get shares in popcorn companies, you know, like politicians did, Big Pharma during the
Pandemic. Pandemic.
We're off!